Hello, youngest and brightest minds of Infinity Vision. I welcome you to this session. My name is Rehan, and today we are going to talk about Hindu Arabic numerical system, also known as Indo Arabic numerical system. Now, if you ask me, what is this system? Probably, if I ask you how many people live in India, or I would say what is the population of India, you would say 130 crores or 1.3 billion. Whatever you say, you are going to say in Hindu Arabic numerical system. If I ask you what's your telephone number, what's your mobile number, you are going to answer me in Hindu Arabic numerical system. So wherever you answer in numbers, or you represent numbers, you are going to use Hindu Arabic numerical system. So I can say this system is the most common system for the symbolic representation of numbers, not only in India but across the world. So what is Hindu Arabic numerical system? It is the most common system for the symbolic representation of numbers across the world. Now the question comes, if this system is so popular across the world, how this two name, Hindu and Arabic, comes into the picture? So for that we have to go to little backward in the time of ancient India. I'll take you to the period of 1st century AD to the 4th century AD, the period in which ancient India was booming in the field of science and mathematics. If you look into the contribution of Indian mathematicians, Indian astrologers, Indian scientists in the field of mathematics, in the field of science, in the field of medicine, even in the field of astronomy, in the field of poetry, their work was fantastic, their work was amazing. We still can be called that, okay, we started many things. If you talk about anything, it's like you will always find a root from ancient India. So today, before I go further, I would give you one assignment. You have to develop a project in which you have to send me a detailed report in 3-4 pages, let's say of 1,000 words, in which you will be writing about the era in which ancient India was booming in the field of science and mathematics, the rulers who were there, the contemporary rulers, the names of mathematicians and scientists and their work. I would give you some example like Aryabhatta. You must have heard of Aryabhatta. He was acquainted with this Hindu Arabic system, the decimal system, which is like, and zero also. And you will also know about Brahmavira and Aryabhatta in the field of astronomy. You will get to know about so many contributions. Brahmagupta for algebra. So these works were like already there in the ancient India time. That is why, and this Hindu system, at that time it was not Arabic, it was Hindu system. So before we go further, this is your project that you have to give me a detailed 1,000 words minimum report of contribution of ancient India in the field of science and mathematics. You have to tell me the era, you have to tell me the rulers, contemporary rulers, you have to tell me the names of scientists and mathematicians, you have to tell me the contribution. I am sure you would be able to do it. You can do a little research on your internet, you can do little research if you have a mini library like I have, and if you have a your parent, guardian, you can take the help of your dadaji, nanaji, you can take the help of your grandparents, you can take the help of your parents, you can take the help of your brothers, siblings, cousins, and you can take the help of your friends through video conferences also. So I want you to develop, it could be a group project, it could be an individual project, but I would like to see this project, that is the contribution of Indian mathematicians and scientists in the field of mathematics and science. Okay. Now going further, how this Arabic word is coming. Now, around 9th century AD, India started developing trade relation with Arab. Now, Arabic world came in contact with Indian world. Now, the Arabic mathematicians got exposed to the Hindu system or the Indian system, and they found it so good that they adopted. So, the Arabic mathematicians adopted this Indian system or the Hindu system, and two major work by two Arab mathematicians which actually exposed this Hindu system through Arabic world to the rest of the world, or to the Christian world, to the Western world, through them. That is why this system got the name Hindu Arabic numerical system. So hence, if someone asks you why this is called Hindu Arabic system, and it is not only about this Hindu Arabic system, there were so many scientific discoveries and mathematics and mathematic discovery that was carried and adopted by Arab, developed further, and then was passed on to the Western world and to the Christian world. So this is how the continuity happens with the evolution of mathematics, in the evolution of medicine, in the evolution of science. So now before I go further, I would like to mention these two amazing mathematicians. One is Mr. Al-Khwarizmi and one is Mr. Al-Kindi, like our Aryabhatta and Brahmagupta. Brahmagupta was a great person who had like amazing knowledge in the field of algebra. His contribution in the field of quadratic equation is amazing. Aryabhatta was a person who actually found the area of triangle which developed into the trigonometry. Aryabhatta was the one who actually predicted the circumference of the earth and the diameter of the earth up to 3 decimals. His accuracy was up to 3 decimal correct. And another mathematician and geographer, Al-Biruni, whose name is Al-Rehan Al-Biruni. The name matches with my name also. My name is Rehan and Al-Biruni's first name is Al-Rehan Al-Biruni, was also a person who really worked on the finding the circumference and the diameter of earth, which also was, his work was also inspired by Aryabhatta work of trigonometry and the circumferences and diameter of earth. So this is how the baton was passed from Indian mathematicians to Arabic world and to Arabic world to the rest of the world. Now before I go further, Al-Khwarizmi is a person who is known for his contribution in the field of algebra also. But before I talk about algebra, I'll talk about Al-Khwarizmi's contribution in the field of Hindu Arabic system. He wrote a book which was about the calculation of Hindu Arabic system. So his book was about how to do calculation using Hindu Arabic system, which became an amazing work and which inspired the Western world to go through it. The second work by Mr. Al-Kindi was about the usage of Hindu Arabic system, and this book also became a great relevance for the Western world for adopting this Hindu Arabic system. Now Al-Khwarizmi, other than Hindu Arabic system, his work in algebra is amazing. In fact, the word algebra comes from the Arabic word called al-jabr, which means restoration, which means balancing the equation. His work on algebra is also tremendous. Brahmagupta की काम को आगे Al-Khwarizmi ने बढ़ाया था बहुत अच्छे से. Now Al-Kindi was a man whose work in the field of cryptography and philosophy is amazing. In fact, Al-Kindi is called one of the founding fathers of cryptography. Now this is how the things from India, it was carried to Arab, and then it was carried further to the Western world. And Mr. Fibonacci, if you will be hearing about Fibonacci number, is one of the person who is responsible for introducing this Hindu Arabic system to the Western world. Now, before we understand what exactly this Hindu Arabic system, as I have told you, it's a symbolic representation of numbers. So this system, this Hindu Arabic system, is based on 10 symbols. 10 symbols. Mind you, I'm saying 10 symbols. I'm not saying numbers or something. I'm saying 10 symbols. So there are 10 symbols in the Hindu Arabic system which represent 10 numbers. So when I have nothing, I say 0. When I have nothing, I say 0 and it is represented as 0. When I have one thing, one unit, I say 1. I represent it with 1. When I have 2, I represent it with 2. When I have 3 units, I represent it with 3. When I have 4 units, I represent it with 4. When I have 5 units, I represent it with 5. When I have 6 units, I represent it with 6. When I have 7 units, I represent it with 7. When I have 8 units, I represent with 8. And when I have 9 units, I represent it with 9. But when I have 10 units, I don't know how to represent it with one figure. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a new combination of these 10 symbols to create 10, 11, 12 and 13. So how this is working, I'll first tell you. Let me show you something visually so that you can have a better visual. Let's say I have one ball. When I have nothing, I say 0. When I have one ball, I say 1. White ball, then 2 white balls, then 3 white balls, then 4 white balls, then 5 white balls, then 6 white balls, then 7 white balls, then 8 white balls, then 9 white balls. यहाँ तक सब कुछ clear है. I can represent all the 9 balls. The moment I have the 10th white ball, I cannot say 10 because I don't have a symbol to represent 10 singularly. So what I am going to say, I am going to say this 10 balls is actually equivalent to this one violet ball. So what I am going to say, this 10 ball is equivalent to one violet ball. So when I say 10, what does it mean? It means, so when I have to represent 10, what does it mean? This means I have got one violet ball, which is equivalent to 10. What does this mean? It means one violet ball and zero white ball. So I can say one violet ball and zero white ball, and one violet ball is equivalent to 10 white balls. So basically, when I have to represent 10, I am going to write 1 0. I am going to write 1 0. When I have 11 balls, let's say I have 11 balls. What does it mean visually? It means I have what does it mean? It means I have one violet ball and one white ball. So I am going to say one violet ball and one white ball, which is going to be 1 1. When I am going to say 12, what I am going to say? I am going to say one violet ball and two white ball. When I am going to say 13, what I am going to say? I am going to say one violet ball and three white balls. When I have to say 15, what I am going to say? One violet ball and five white balls. And when I have to say 19, I am going to say one violet ball and nine white ball. And when I have to say 20, I am going to say two violet ball represent two violet ball and zero white balls, which means it 2 0 20. So when I have to represent 20, I am going to just write two violet ball and zero white ball. When I have to represent 21, I am going to say two violet ball and one white ball. When I have to say 29, I am going to say two violet ball and nine white balls. Similarly, the story will develop and I'll have something like one violet ball, two violet ball, three violet ball, four violet ball, five violet ball, six violet ball, seven violet ball, eight violet ball, nine violet ball. So when I have 90, I am going to say nine violet ball. And when I say I have, just a sec. Just hold on. I am going to say 9 violet ball and 9 white ball. 9 violet ball and 9 white ball, which I will say 99, right? But how to write 100? If I get my one ball extra, I cannot say 10 violet balls. I cannot say, when I got one ball extra, I'll just bring this. Now this becomes 10 violet balls, but I cannot write 10 violet balls. I cannot write 10 violet balls. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to say that okay, 10 violet ball is equivalent to one blue ball. So one blue ball, so what does one blue ball represent? One blue ball, zero violet, zero white, which means 100. So one violet ball was equivalent to 10 white balls and one blue ball is equivalent to 10 violet balls, which means one blue ball is equivalent to 100 white balls. What you can say, one blue, zero violet, zero white. So this is how you can begin your story. So let's say I write blue ball, I write white ball, violet ball, I write white ball. So if I have one blue ball, I have two violet ball. If I have three white ball, what is number is? 1, 2, 3. When I have 9 blue balls, 9 violet balls and 9 white ball, what's the story? Now I have 999 balls. Now if I add one more white ball, I'll get 1000 white ball, and I cannot write 10 blue balls. I cannot write 10 blue balls. So what I'm going to write? I'm going to write, just a sec. So first, I'll just show you pictorially that I have one blue ball, then I have two blue ball, then I have three blue ball, then I have four blue ball, then I have five blue ball, then I have six blue ball, then I have seven blue ball, then I have 8 blue ball, then I have 9 blue ball, which is 900, then I have 10th blue ball, which cannot be, I cannot say 10 blue ball. So what I am going to say? I am going to say this is equivalent to 1 green ball. So now I have 1 green ball, 0 blue ball, 0 white ball, violet ball, and 0 white ball, which makes it 1000, 100. So I can omit green, blue, violet, and white, and I can say 100. That is like order in a right order. Now I have 1 green ball. Now you understand the drill. I have 1 green ball, I have 2 green ball, I have 3 green ball, I have 4 green ball, I have 5 green ball, then I have 6 green ball, that is 6000, then I have 7 green ball, that is 7000, then I have 8 green ball, 8000, then I have 9 green ball. But I cannot say 10 green balls. So what I am going to say? I am going to say this is equivalent to 1 orange ball. This is equivalent to 1 orange ball. So what's the story now? I have 1 orange ball, 0 green ball, 0 blue ball, 0 violet ball, 0 white ball. So I can omit all the green, blue, violet, and I can say 10000, which is like 10,000. So let's recap. 1 white ball is equivalent to 1, and 1 violet ball is equal to 10 white balls, and 1 blue ball is equivalent to 10 violet balls, and 1 green ball is equivalent to 10 blue balls, and 1 orange ball is equal to 10 green balls, which means white means unit, violet means tens, blue means hundreds, green means 1000, and orange means 10,000s. Okay, now let's go further. Now you have 1 orange, that is 10,000, then you have another orange, that is 20,000, then you have another orange, that is 30,000, then you have another orange, that is 40,000, then you have another orange, that is 50,000, then you have 6th, then you have 7th, then you have 8th, then you have 9th, and then you have the 10th. I cannot have 10 orange balls, so what I am going to say? I am going to say this 10 orange ball is equivalent to 1 red ball. So this red ball becomes the order 1 red, 0 orange, 0, what was this? 0 green, 0 blue, 0 violet, 0 white. What is it? 1 0 0 0 0 0. So you got 5 zeros, 1 followed by 5 zeros, means 10 times of 10,000. We call this as 1 lakh. We call this as 1 lakh. In Indian system, we call it as 1 lakh. And if you are in international system, what do you call this? You call 1 lakh as 100,000. You call it 100,000s. So this red ball represent 1 lakh or 100,000s. We'll go further. Now let's go further in this exercise. Let's say you have 3 white balls, 2 violet balls, 4 blue balls, 1 green ball, 7 orange ball, and 3 red balls. What does it mean? I'll just write 3 red balls, 7 orange ball, 3 red balls, 7 orange ball, 1. Sorry, just a sec. Okay. 3 red balls, 7 orange ball, 1 white ball, 4 blue ball, 2 violet ball, and 3 white ball. So what's the number? You have 371423. What's the number? 371423. So what you're going to say in Indian system? You're going to say 3,71,000, which means 71,423. So you're going to say 3,71,423. So this number is basically 3,71,423. So anybody ask you how you can write in words, you can write in words like 3,71,423. So now I'll show you. So if someone asks you this, now this is the number, and if someone asks you how you can say this number, so you are going to say, okay sir, this is 5 red ball. Just visualize, I'll tell you how to say it. Then you have 6 orange ball, then you have 3 green ball, then you have 4 blue ball, then you have 3 violet ball, and then you have 2 white balls. So you have 5 red balls, 6 orange, 3 green, 4 blue, 3 violet, and 2 white, which means this red means lakh, orange and green means thousands, blue means 100, and 3 violet stands for tens, and 2 stands for unit or ones. So I can say this number in word as 5 red can be written as lakh, 5 lakh or lakh, L-A-K-H, 6 3, that is 63, 6 3, that is 63 thousands, 5,63,000, and how many hundreds you have? You have 400, and rest you know, that is 32. So this is how you are going to say. So if someone gives you in lakhs, you are going to handle it, right? Now, what happens after lakh? What happens after lakh? So I'll just get rid of this. Just a sec. Now let's say you have 10 red balls. So how many red balls? You have 10 red balls. Now 10 red balls, I cannot say 10 red balls. So what I am going to say, 10 red ball is equivalent to 10 red ball is equivalent to, that is 10 lakh. So let's say I am going to represent it with this. So one basketball is equal to 10 red balls. So what does this basketball represent? It represents 10 lakh. It represents 10 lakhs. So one basketball is 10 lakh, 2 basketball is 20 lakhs, 9 basketball is 90 lakh, and then 10 basketballs. What I'm going to say? So now 10 basketballs. Now this 10 basketballs would be called, what it would be called? Crore. I am going to symbol it with this globe, and this is basically crore. 1 crore. Now what is 1 crore? Now 10 of 10 lakh, that makes 100 lakh. So if you have 100 lakhs, that means crore. So if in Indian system someone give you a number like this, let's say now this is a big number. Alright, I'll just write 7 also. Now this is a big number. Now how you're going to say this? Now this is, now let's see, this is ones, this is a white ball, this is violet ball, this is blue ball, this is green ball, this is orange ball, this is red ball, this is basketball, and this is the globe, the trophy. So I am going to call it 7 crore 63 lakhs 38,000 and 743. right? So if someone asks you how you are going to write it, this big number, you're going to say 7 crore 63 lakh 38,743. That's very easy, right? So if someone gives you like this, 70, the what is like 17 crore 63 lakh 38,743. तो हमने अभी सीखा कि इंडियन सिस्टम में बोलते कैसे हैं, लेट्स से 7 लाख या करोड़ में। क्या हम इसको विजुलाइज कर पा रहे हैं? क्विक से एग्जांपल से विजुलाइज करना की बात करते हैं। जैसे देख लो, मान लीजिए एक रूम है, मैं इस रूम में बैठा हूँ, आप देख सकते हो मैं एक आदमी हूँ एक रूम में। मान लीजिए इस फ्लोर में ऐसे 10 रूम है। कितने लोग रूम है? 10 रूम। तो हर एक फ्लोर पे कितने लोग हो गए? एक फ्लोर पे हर 10 रूम है, हर रूम में एक बंदे, तो 10 लोग। तो एक फ्लोर पे कितने लोग रह रहे हैं? 10 लोग रह रहे हैं। मान लीजिए ये बहुत बड़ी बिल्डिंग है, इसमें 10 फ्लोर्स हैं, तो 10 फ्लोर हैं, हर फ्लोर पे 10 लोग हैं, तो पूरे बिल्डिंग में कितने लोग हो गए? 100 लोग। नाउ मान लीजिए ये एक अपार्टमेंट का एक ब्लॉक है, इस ब्लॉक में ऐसे 10 बिल्डिंग है, तो इस ब्लॉक में 10 बिल्डिंग के कितने लोग हो गए? 10 इंटू 100 1000। तो इस ब्लॉक में कितने लोग रहते हैं? 10,000। मान लीजिए ये जो आपका अपार्टमेंट है, इसमें ऐसे 10 ब्लॉक्स हैं, तो ऐसे 10 ब्लॉक्स हैं इस पूरे अपार्टमेंट में, हर ब्लॉक में आपके 1000 लोग रह रहे हैं, तो पूरे अपार्टमेंट में कितने लोग रह रहे हैं? 10,000। कितने लोग रह रहे हैं? 10,000। मान लीजिए इस सेक्टर में ऐसे 10 अपार्टमेंट हैं, ऐसे 10 अपार्टमेंट है एक सेक्टर में, तो पूरे सेक्टर में कितने हो गए? 10,000 इंटू 10, दैट इज 1 लाख। तो इस पूरे सेक्टर में 1 लाख लोग हैं। मान लीजिए इस शहर में ऐसे 10 सेक्टर हैं, तो इस शहर की पॉपुलेशन कितनी हो गई? 10 लाख। नाउ यू कैन इमेजिन 10 लाख। थोड़ी सी बड़े शहर की बात करूं, जैसे कि गाजियाबाद की पॉपुलेशन अगर आप गूगल करेंगे तो दैट्स अबाउट 45 लैक्स। और अगर आप दिल्ली की पॉपुलेशन देखेंगे तो क्या है? 1.9 करोड़। आप समझ रहे हैं किस तरीके से हो रहा है? अगर आपसे कोई पूछे कि यूपी की पॉपुलेशन कितनी है, तो यूपी की पॉपुलेशन अलोन इज 20.5 और 20.6 करोड़। नाउ विद दैट, और इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन कितनी? इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन है 135 करोड़। मतलब ऐसे 6-6.5 यूपीज, मतलब यूपी इंडिया का सबसे पॉपुलेटेड स्टेट है, वहां पे 20.5 करोड़ लोग रहते हैं। और इंडिया में कितने लोग रहते हैं? इंडिया में रहते हैं 135 करोड़ लोग। और पूरे वर्ल्ड में कितने लोग रहते हैं? 760 करोड़। मतलब आप देख रहे हो कि ये नंबर्स कैसे होते हैं। नाउ यू कैन इमेजिन दिस करोड़, हाउ बिग दिस करोड़ इज। ओके, अब हम इंडियन सिस्टम से बढ़ेंगे इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम से। पहले इंडियन सिस्टम समझ लेते हैं, इंडियन सिस्टम रिवाइज करा देते हैं। सबसे पहला, अगर एक सिंगल डिजिट है तो हम उसे कहते हैं यूनिट प्लेस। जब 2 डिजिट आ जाता है तो टेंस प्लेस, जैसे कि 27, 35। और अगर 3 प्लेस आ जाता है तो हम हंड्रेड्स में पहुंच जाते हैं, जैसे कि 374, 473। और 4 डिजिट में आ जाता है तो हम 1000 में चले जाते हैं। 5 डिजिट में जाता है तो हम 10,000 में चले जाते हैं। 6 डिजिट में कहानी जाती है तो हम लाख में चले जाते हैं। 7 डिजिट में कहानी जाती है तो हम 10 लाख में चले जाते हैं। और जब 8 डिजिट में जाती है तो करोड़, उसके बाद 10 करोड़, उसके बाद 100 करोड़ एंड 1000 करोड़, एंड यू कैन गो बियॉन्ड। उसी तरीके से इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम भी बहुत बिल्कुल ऐसा ही शुरू होता है। इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम कैसे शुरू होता है? चलिए विजुलाइज करके दिखाते हैं। पहले यूनिट आप जानते हैं, दैट इज 1। फिर उसके बाद वायलेट आप जानते हैं, दैट इज 10। ब्लू आप जानते हैं, दैट इज 100। ग्रीन आप जानते हैं, दैट इज 1000। ऑरेंज आप जानते हैं, दैट इज 10,000। रेड इज 100,000। यहां तक सब कुछ सेम है। इंडियन सिस्टम और इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम का यहां तक सब कुछ सेम है ना। यहां से टर्मिनोलॉजी चेंज होती है। हम यहां से रेड बॉल, जो हमारे लिए क्या था इंडियन सिस्टम में, क्या था इंडियन सिस्टम में 1 लाख था। इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम में क्या बन गया? इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम में बन गया ये 100,000। क्या बन गया? 100,000। और 10 रेड बॉल्स इज इक्वल टू, याद होगा आपको जो हमने बास्केटबॉल कहा था, विच वॉज इक्वल टू 10 लाख। दिस वॉज इक्वल टू 10 लाख इन इंडियन सिस्टम। तो इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम में इसको क्या कहते हैं? इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम में हम इसे कहते हैं 1 मिलियन। क्या कहते हैं? 1 मिलियन। आप हमेशा सुनते होंगे इतने मिलियन डॉलर्स, इतने मिलियन लोग। तो 1 मिलियन इज एक्चुअली इक्वल टू 10 लाख। आप यहां तक सब कुछ समझ रहे हैं? आगे बढ़ते हैं। फिर उसके बाद 10 बास्केटबॉल वॉज इक्वल टू दिस ट्रॉफी, जिसे हम करोड़ कहते हैं, 1 करोड़ इन इंडियन सिस्टम। और इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम में हम इसे कहेंगे 10 मिलियन। क्या कहेंगे इसे? 10 मिलियन। So 2 trophy would be 20 million, 3 trophy would be 30 million, and 9 trophy would be 90 million. And then 10 trophy, we would be calling that 10 trophy as लेट्स से अ ग्लोब, जिसे हम क्या कह रहे हैं, इसे हम कह रहे हैं 10 करोड़, जो यहाँ पे क्या बन जा रहा है 100 मिलियन। क्या बन जा रहा है ये 100 मिलियन, हम इसे कहेंगे 100 मिलियन। ओके, so we are going to call this as 100 million. So one globe is equivalent to 10 trophies, which is going to be 100 million. Now if you have 10 of this, so हम कह सकते हैं कि 10 globes is equivalent to 100 million, which is equivalent to 1000 million, and 1000 million, which is equivalent to 100 crore. 1000 million, which is equal to 100 crore, is called 1 billion. क्या कहते हैं इसे हम 1 billion. So 1, आपको ये समझ में आ रहा है कि सिस्टम क्या चल रही है, यूनिट, टेंस, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, and then you have billion. Then after 1 billion you have 10 billion, then you have 100 billion, and then you have trillion. What is that? Trillion. So 1 trillion is actually 1000 billion. तो अगर इमेजिन करो तो आपको मैं भी दिखा दूं. लेट्स से आप लोग 10,000 तक जानते हो. 100,000 is this is 100,000, and this with 6 zeros is million, 7 zeros is 10 million, this is 100 million, जिसे हम क्या कहते हैं, and this is 1 with 9 zeros is basically billion. तो एक पे जब 9 जीरो आ जाए तो उसे हम कहते हैं बिलियन. एक जीरो और बढ़ा दो, मतलब 10 डाल दो, तो इसे हम कहते हैं 10 बिलियन. क्या कहते हैं इसे हम 10 बिलियन. और इस पे एक और जीरो कर दो, फिर 9 जीरो फॉलो कर दो, इसे हम कहते हैं 100 बिलियन. और इसमें एक जीरो और बढ़ाओ, मतलब 1, 3 जीरो, 3 जीरो, 3 जीरो, 3 जीरो, मतलब 12 जीरो. देखो क्या है, वंस, टेंस, 100, 1000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, and then you have trillion, 1 trillion. जो आजकल आप सुनते होंगे ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी की बात होती है, इंडिया इज गोइंग टू बी अ 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी. उसमें कितने जीरोस होते हैं, उसमें 12 जीरोस होते हैं. आइए इसको पढ़ेंगे कैसे. इफ समवन आस्क यू कि आप इसका नंबर लिख के, मतलब हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू रीड दिस नंबर, तो आपको मैं एक बड़ा सा नंबर लेता हूँ और उसको मैं लिखना सिखाता हूँ. मान लीजिए नंबर है 732475362 274. Just a sec. There's some. So let's say, if I'll just write the number again. Let's say the number is 343782973208014. Let's say this is the number. Now you know this is ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million. Once, I'll just do it again. Once, tens. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Once, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000. I'm so sorry. There's a technical error. Pardon me. Okay, so I have some loose wire connection, and because of lockdown, I'm not able to change my equipment. Maybe the moment the lockdown gets over, I'll get back to this updating of this whole equipment. Okay, now this is like ones, tens, hundred. I'll just use different colors so that you don't get confused. Okay, I'll help you read this. This is like ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, billion, 10 billion, 100 billion. Then you have trillion, 10 trillion. So now it's very easy to say, because you have already know what exactly is trillion, you know what exactly is billion, you know what exactly is million, you know what exactly is thousand, and you know exactly what are these 3-digit numbers. So you are going to say 14 trillion, 14 trillion, 208 billion, 973 million, 782,343. Okay, I'll just change the number again. I'll just repeat once again. 14 trillion, 208 billion, 973 million, 782,343. Again, let's do one more example. Just one more example. Let's say the number is 15784972374 Now this number. Now, as you know, this is like trillion, this is like billion, this is like million, this is like thousand, this is like 124, 123, this is like 100. So what you're going to say? You are going to say 15 trillion 784 billion 972 million 374 thousand and 123. So now you understand how to say number in international system, right? So if someone asks you how can you say the word in Indian system, of course you can. You know what exactly is crore and what exactly is lakh. So till 10,000, you know 100,000 becomes lakh, and 10 lakh is okay, but 100 lakh becomes crore, and then you can go ahead. And in an international system, you have ones, then you have tens, 100,000, 10,000, and goes to 100,000. So it goes with three difference. 100,000 is 100,000 is followed by 1 million. Means 10,000 is 1 million. Now 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. Then you have 1,000 million. Okay, so again, I just did a little mistake. Ones, tens, 100. Then you have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Then 1,000 is million, 10 million, 100 million. Then you have billion, 10 billion, 100 billion. Then you have trillion. So 1,000 billion is trillion. So it goes with 1,000 story. In international system, it goes with 1,000 stories. So you have hundreds, then you have thousands, then you have millions, then you have billions, then you have trillions. And after trillion, you don't have to go. I'll just add one of the biggest number. You all try to research about this, Google. It's not Google, it's Google. Google is basically 10 to the power 100. If you write 10 ke aage, 10 followed by 100, 1 followed by 100 zeros, 1 followed by 100 zeros is called Google. It is said that the name of Google has been coined from Google when Larry and his co-founder of Google, they tried to search for this word. They mistyped the spelling and they searched Google, and hence the name of the company turned out to be Google. This is how it happens. So Google misspelled and became Google. And then you have another number which is 10 to the power Google, 10 to the power Google, which is Googleplex. And there is an amazing story that how this number came into being. It came into being in 1930s. There was this mathematician who is talking to his 9-year nephew. And when he asked, what are you going to call a number which is like very big, like one followed by 100 zeros, he said out of blue, Google. And from there, he termed this word Google. And this Google became one of the biggest number, though it is not very big. There are many things which are, there are many numbers you can imagine which is bigger than Google. But Google itself is a like magnanimous, a very big number. So we'll talk about Google later on, but this is like something you can research on what exactly is Google. Okay, and we'll meet very soon. And it was nice talking to you. It was nice telling you stuff from the history. It's nice telling you stuff from the international and Indian system. Now today, the assignment I've already told you, it's about you have to do your project on ancient India, the contribution of mathematicians from ancient India in the field of science and mathematics. And other than that, for recreation, you can handle this Google. You can try to Google about Google. And also I talked about many Arab mathematicians and Fibonacci. So try to tell me what exactly these numbers are. I would like to see how many of you have done your research. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you very, very soon.